Hello, welcome. Have a seat. So happy you're here. Gather the hands to the heart for this short yin style practice. Exhale completely. Let's chant the sound of Om. Breathe in. And feeling the heart, allowing the sound to dissolve any blockages, anything that binds you. Great. Let's lie on your back, please. And maybe just keep a strap next to you. We might grab a brick as well. We'll see how time goes. So with your knees bent, open your feet as wide as your mat and bring the soles of the feet together, knees open. If you want to place the bricks under your outer thighs for a little support, do that and lengthen the tailbone away from you. And release hand, base of skull. Hug elbow points in for a neck stretch. Breathing down the spine. Let the forehead soften. Take a full breath in. Exhale, release the head weight down. And hug the knees into the chest. Good. Feel the tailbone lengthen. Rotate ankles. Open and close toes. Breathe in. Exhale, reverse. Excellent. Now open the feet, mat width apart, arms to a T, so knees bent. Adjust the shoulders. Exhale, drop the knees to the right. Flex your feet to support the kneecaps, and you can always place bricks under the knees anywhere, letting your bones settle. Deepening your breath. And then starting to adjust that left knee directly under hip, pulling the toes back to the center of the knee. Letting the lower body fill with breath. Our intention today is to open up the hip flexors. So with our knees to the right and our windshield wiper, get the left knee directly under the hip, the left toes flexed, shoulders under the body, arms to a T. And here we're accessing the meridians of the earth element. So the spleen runs through the hip flexors. So does the stomach. And so when we do a practice that's titled yin, the idea is that you hold it longer to start to access not only the muscles, but the connective tissue, the tendons, the ligaments, the fascia, deepening the breath. And then as you start to stretch the energy lines in Chinese medicine, the meridians, it cleanses those organs as well. And now you can stay like this, or if you want a little deeper stretch, you're not feeling anything in your knees, you can cross your right ankle over your left knee. letting everything unwind. And letting the breath be full, just noticing what you're feeling and seeing if your attention, your breath, your presence can help things move. The hip flexors, so many different muscles, big muscles like the psoas that run through the abdomen into the lower back, that are often used a lot. And, depending on how we use them, maybe through exercise, but some people sitting a lot compresses the hip flexors, right? And if the hip flexors are tight, it can affect lower back, relates to core awareness, core strength. So we're going to do some hip opening, hip flexor in particular postures, and we're going to hold them for a little longer. Giving ourselves permission to settle into the shape. The hip flexors are interesting because there's not very many things that stretch them. And they get so very tight that we have to be consistent with stretching them. Let your jaw soften, the tongue take a full breath in. Exhale. Good, and slowly release, slow. Feeling. And now bringing both knees to the left. So your feet are as wide as the mat. You can adjust the shoulders or adjust any other part of the body. And now start to look at your right knee. Make sure it's directly under the hip. And if you feel anything in your knees, make sure to put a brick under your knees or flex your feet. That will help. And let the bones settle. I'm such a novice when it comes to knowing the meridians in Chinese medicine, but I'm curious. Through my teaching of Qigong and my practice of Tai Chi, acupuncture is one of my regular modalities that I receive for healing, weekly or bi-weekly. And there's a lot of complexity to the meridians. I've taken a lot of yin classes, and not a lot of people talk about the meridians. However, it's part of yin yoga. I know that the stomach has to do with digestion, of course, right? In Western medicine and Chinese medicine, there's a little bit different meanings for the organs as well. If you want to cross the left ankle over right knee, you can do that. I know that the spleen has to do with blood, the movement of blood. And both of those meridians enter through that ASIS, that hip bone. and allowing the tension that's being created in the pull, in the longer hold, to bring circulation, to bring vital life force into those energy streams, circulation not only into the muscles, the connective tissue, the fascia. And letting the mind be steady. So sometimes when we're still in the body, still in a posture, the mind can still have a lot of movement. Just like meditation, you want to continue to bring your mind to back and then focusing on sensation and breath. Big breath in. Big breath out. Good, and slowly unravel, slow. And I am going to, you can either knock knee, open your feet as wide as your mat, knees bent, knock your knees towards each other. I'm actually gonna butterfly shape, soles of feet together, let the knees fall open to let that integrate, but you could also move your legs, like hug your knees into your chest or windshield wiper. And it's the places in between these longer holds that I really want you to come into an intuitive sense of what your body needs. It might not happen today. Okay. So if it needs something that I don't mention. Good. Bring the knees into the chest. Oh boy. I'm feeling a lot around my lower back, so I'm just gonna do some circles. Sometimes internally rotating that knee or thigh bone causes a little compression around the sacrum, the tailbone. Reverse. And that's natural. The hip flexors support the pelvis. Good. And then inhale, rock up. Come onto your knees. I said grab a brick and a strap, and then I don't think that I'm gonna do the poses that I thought I would, but you might need 2 bricks to come into a lizard shape, but what is called dragon. So right foot outside of wrist in yin yoga, it's called dragon, and walk the left leg back. And in yin yoga, your heel can be pretty far back to where you're sinking into the front knee over your big toe. Typically when we do lunges in yoga, we don't let the knee go over the big toe, but this one you can a little bit. You can play with it. I find that I have more sensation if I keep the knee more over ankle. I want to adjust so that left knee is above the kneecap. So if you need a little padding, you can double your mat, just fold it under the knee or use a blanket. Naturally, my body wants to rock side to side. It just helps the connective tissue, the tension respond. Different than fidgeting. Yeah, we don't want to fidget in our yin postures. So you might come onto the forearms. Because they're longer holds, I like to go slow into deepening. So I'm putting some bricks under my forearms. And there's quite a bit of challenge that happens in holding a posture like this, isn't it? The natural tendency to want to resist the deepening, or as things start moving and the sensations change or the discomfort arises, we want to breathe with it and see if we can watch how it all is shifting instead of reacting to it and coming out of the shape. You can touch the tongue lightly to the roof of the mouth, just let the upper palate soften, and then release the tongue. Find space in the upper lower teeth. And if you find that your body has to come out of depth, just try to stay in the shape if you can. Full breath in. Out the mouth. One more. And come on up. Woo-wee. Ah. And come back to all fours. You can shake the hips a little bit or come back into child's pose. Do some circles. Good. Let's switch when you're ready. Take a full breath in. And a full breath out. So left foot outside of left wrist for the dragon shape. Adjust so you're above the right knee. And as my body starts to settle, I like to curl the back toes. It just makes me feel how the weight is above the right thigh, making sure I'm not rolling to one side too much. So I'm really striving to find this ease in the breath. So I'm not trying too hard to relax with the breathing, right? You want to breathe in a way that nourishes your body. You're not resisting. For a posture like this, it's difficult, especially as the time starts to go on. I definitely moved through some things on that other side. So how can we meet ourselves in through our breath in a way that's easy does it, and walking up to the discomfort and the challenge, right? Not backing away from it. They say that the hip flexors are one of the muscles that hold the most emotion besides the heart. Good. Seeing those energy lines in Chinese medicine, we're cleansing the organs of the stomach and spleen. Late summer, earth element. And I have to be honest, that's the element that I have the most imbalances with. Maybe that's why this is tough. Take a full breath, please. Out of the mouth. Woo, and start to come out. I'm going to go into child's pose, but you can shake it out a little bit. Meet me in child's pose. Feel, assimilate, and digest that. Good. And then slowly coming into all fours, inhale. So curl toes, inhale, arch spine, cow position. Exhale, tuck chin round. And just do a few movements of cat-cow. For me, I want to spiral the rib cage. So I kind of don't really do cat-cow. I just kind of spiral and shake, but I go through the movements of flexion and extension. But spirals in the ribs and hips always feel a little better for me. Circles. Sways. Good. Take a bigger breath in. And a bigger breath out. Nice. Let's come to a seat for a moment, gathering the hands at the heart. Closing our practice. And honoring, if anything comes up, that was some short, deep hip work. Exhale. For Om, inhale. Thumbs in between the eyebrows. To the collective consciousness. In the tradition of yoga, we say namaste. And then right hand, left hand. Cross right thumb. Heart wings of the eagle mudra. J. Praise and celebrate the flow that guides you. Whatever flow, heart, spirit, life, practice. And may you follow it effortlessly without resistance. We say J-Yo flow. Thanks.
Hi there. Thank you for being here. Please consider subscribing to my channel so we can stay connected. And if you found value in my offerings, please share with all the people you love who you think may benefit. And if you'd like, comment below. I'd love to have a conversation. Until next time, aloha.